Welcome back to Threshold of Revelation. This is session number 32 entitled Summit. Last session, the group, this was a couple weeks ago, so a little bit of catch up here just to make sure everybody's up to pace. They ascended Amblevote, exited out onto the summit with a companion in tow who they found inside of an old still inside of the library area of Amblevote. Um, he was suffering from exposure to the ink mist, so they took him to his house where he is resting, and they are just finishing a conversation with the captain of the watch regarding what's happening below and what they know concerning the captain of the guard's brother, and also what's in between. And I'm just going to leave it there.
Out of character, I think I remember like the last of the conversation that we were talking about going down to fight the whale to see if we can get some of the runes to put on the whale to see if we can repel it. If I remember correctly.
I think we wanted to close the well,
Yeah,
like seal it.
so it is.
Was there not like a capstone above it?
Yeah, there was a white kind of marble stone that was kind of pinned into the center of the well.
Yeah, we were gathering information and resources to see if we can find any weapons against the thing we could dig down there.
And I
If
think
we
at
can
the,
close doors and seal them as we go.
I think at the end of the session you were talking about seeing people that had been mentioned by the captain of the watch regarding, like, getting more information.
Would it be easier to find Blaze Hatchet than the Hermit?
So the captain of
Is
the
that
watch
an assumption?
will tell you that if you go back up the street, there will be a total of 3 doors on the left side of the street. This is opposed from the tavern. And the third door is Master Blaze Hatchet's shop and abode.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's go speak with Master Blaze Hatchet and
Yeah.
learn what we can about runes. Is this gentleman blocking the door?
No, he's just kind of standing there. You can walk through him, I think. Yeah, there's a door. Well, no, there's a
Oh, the
window.
door's to the left. I'm sorry.
Well,
I thought
that's a window, but this is the door here.
Well, I'm out through the window.
It
When in
happens.
Rome.
Happens to the best of us.
So I'll kind of
Oops.
snapping the location one more time. That'll be there. And if you move to the door does appear to be a front-facing business. It does seem to have indication that the establishment is currently open for business.
Okay, this isn't his just home.
It is his home, and it's also his place of business. He sleeps above it, just like
Okay,
But
but we're not gonna commit any faux pas by just walking in here.
for sure.
He looks like a blaze hatchet.
Yeah, pretty much the same art as who you would regard
Yeah,
as
yeah,
the
yeah.
Blaze Hatchet. You know, when you enter in, gaunt looking dwarf with red hair, wearing goggles. Looks like he's doing some fine work on a workbench. Turns to look at you. Can I help you?
Hello. We wish to learn more about the ink. Yeah,
Well-
we come from below.
Gestures towards your gate. Conglomerate, I see. Great.
Yes.
So you're here to fix the problem?
We're here to try.
Well, he reaches over to a desk drawer, opens it, pulls out 2 stones with the runes that you've seen before, kind of hands them over to you. If you place these on any surfaces below, you might be able to mitigate the movement of the ink up and down and about. Doesn't seem to work well if placed on a vertical surface, but he reaches back into the same drawer, pulls out a single bottle of what appears to be kind of like a weird white fluid, and hands that over to you. This should be able to make them stick.
Pass that right to Nix.
This should be able to make them stick to a wall or to a door. It took me a while to concoct this material, so that's all I've got, and it's enough for the 2 I've got remaining made.
So you're saying
Oh.
the coverage once we affix it, works vertically and horizontally. It goes in both directions.
What he's saying is that with that stuff that he just handed you, you can put it on a door. and
Right, but
it'll-
I'm talking. Thank you. I'm just talking about the effects of the stones. It goes up and
it
either
bars,
way.
It bars any passage through one doorway.
Okay.
It won't. If they find another means of egress to the other side, they can maneuver around the door, but they will treat it as if it were a solid wall. The rune in question is a rune of Earthheart. It makes sure that the door that it's affixed to is seen as nothing more than a stone wall by most magical means of viewing.
You seem to understand the sync rather well. Are we sure there are no other entrances into this town than the trapdoor in the tavern there?
There are a couple of entrances below that I have sealed off. Over in, bear with me here, let me pull out my notes.
Big time.
Over in Kinnard's warehouse, there is a passageway that leads down. I've sealed it. Was a sloppy matter, to be sure, but one that could easily be broken through. There is another passage that leads down. You said the tavern is where you came up?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well then you've already been to the Warm Moose. That's fair. And the main gate in the center of the town. There's about 3 of these rooms placed on it, to be certain.
Okay. I just want to be sure if we go gallivanting about and doing battle with this stuff, it doesn't find a means to leak into your populace here.
As you kind of say that and look out to the side, you do see a massive door in the center courtyard, and you do see that there are 3 small little, stones kind of placed on the this place where the 2 doors kind of connect. This appears to be a similar door to the one you saw on the lowest level, so this would be like a lift that descends down. And
That's this structure to the left of us?
yeah, you can see out the window, right?
Out the window? Okay, yeah.
That's the one we saw from the forge or library.
Yeah, you saw the bottom of it, right?
At the library.
Yeah, so when you were in the area where the inkwell was, the second one, with the marble spike in it, right above the steps that led up to that well, there was a double door above you, and this is that. So, he would say, so those are the only spaces that I'm aware of. However, there are a number of pipes that were used for making sure runoff from the well was sent out to cascade down to the bottoms, and also smoke as well billows out from those. I remember, as the machines don't appear to have let up in their processing.
I must not have seen the machines on our journey up the mountain.
There are a number inside of the library, but most of them are inside of the forge level.
I see.
This also constitutes things inside of people's residences further down below, such as stoves, water pipe mechanism, etc.
This runoff, you said there are pipes leading out to descend down the mountain?
Correct.
How many are there and where are they?
Dozens, if not hundreds, all along the length of the top half of the shaft of Aang the Load.
I'd hate to drive this out of your city just for it to exist elsewhere.
I do not believe that it does well in the light.
Well, that is fantastic news.
That is fantastic news.
Okay.
Like in daylight.
Not just bright light.
But in daylight, it would be like really bad.
Right.
For
But
it.
not bright light.
Yeah, but if you had daylight, it would be really good.
Yeah, if I had
If we
daylight,
could cast
that
the
would
spell
be really
daylight,
good.
that would be really awesome.
Yeah, if you could
No,
cast
the spell daylight doesn't
somehow.
make sunlight is the problem.
No, it totally does.
Look up the spell daylight.
I'm
It's a
googling it.
third level spell. Cleric,
It's just
druid,
bright
paladin,
light.
ranger, sorcerer. A 60-foot. Okay, I'll just put it in the chat because it's just easier.
You're right. It just dispels. It doesn't make real daylight.
Yeah.
You're correct.
It sucks.
Yeah, I don't think it works on vampires.
I'll just to humor the whole thing, I'll cast light on my torch. Just in the room. I was like, does this do it? Is this good enough, do you think? Or
It might help you move about the space, but I don't think it would do what the sun does to it every day.
alright. Then we drive it out.
That being the case, do they open the freight elevator during the day to let the sunlight reach it?
No. And the reason why that's the case is because directly beneath the doors is the elevator. The elevator actually blocks off light. We would have to descend with the elevator down to the level below, which would let light in for certain, but it would also open up the space for them to move up and into shadow. The ink is not as affected by the light as the mist is. The mist is what's cleared off mostly by the daylight.
I thinking about it now. I have so the runes. If we set them on the ground, will they work like the one that's carved in front of that bookshelf down there is?
No, it's different. It bars the door from being opened.
Ah, I'd say we could kind of pull them all into that room and then block it and block all the little shadow spawns, which I figured was in the main.
Hmm.
right,
It bars
kinda
everything from being able to open the door?
Correct. Unless you're able to lift the stone and maneuver it, which is not something that the ink is able to do. Most things will see it as a solid stone wall.
Okay. So I would propose we... Was there not a means to go back to... Was there like a smaller lift or something to go back to the room that we started in?
At the very beginning? Like when you say
Like-
started in, what do you mean?
Where we fought the bandits.
Oh, no. The only way to get down to the bottom would be to take the rope pulley all the way down to the bottom, and that's going to be problems on its own. Then get into the lift at the base of Amphivote and ascend to the bandit level.
We were offered the hippogriffs too, though, right?
If you go and speak to the owner of the
Griff.
hippogriffs,
His name was Griff.
and they're not hippogriffs.
Because you thought they were
Or-
Griffins.
Sorry.
That's right.
They are
griffins.
hippogriffs. They're not Griffins.
Thank you. Yes. Gain inspiration for understanding my
I
confusion.
remember things sometimes.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. But yeah, Griff, the owner of the hippogriffs, and also the owner of a restaurant called Hungry Griff's on the north side of town. He
What do they
could,
serve?
well, typically whatever the hippogriffs hunt, which is usually larger fish and reptile from the rivers below.
Okay, so tried to serve us mutton. Tell us about this restaurant that serves reptile.
So do
Wait for the giant burgers and the ant sandwich.
you have any questions regarding or for Master Blaze actually here? Just so, and one thing to clarify, what he's handed you are the 2 runes, which placed on any passageway will seal the passageway to the ink and any creature that's not like humanoid sentience, right? You
Okay.
can see it normally, but if you're a creature,
So it's just like a baseline intelligence to
Yeah.
figure out what it is.
animal instinct will not be able to move through the door, even if they could open doors regularly. Oozes won't be able to manipulate the door, and so on.
Okay.
So yeah, but
And this
the stuff he
white
handed
substance
you
that
know
is
exactly
glue.
what it is because of your conglomerate primers, and some of you may already know what it is already. It's a substance known as sovereign glue. There's enough for 2 doses, which allows you to put the 2 markers onto things, or you can use a sovereign glue for something else. But sovereign glue is very powerful and can only be removed using Universal Solvent, which is another legendary consumable.
Oh,
It can glue
Didn't realize
anything
this
to
was-
anything. So this is
This
the
is an
perfect time
exciting
for you
thing.
guys to like
Glue a
Glue
sword
my
to your
hand to
arm
you.
so you have a sword arm.
glue your sword to your hand. Wait a minute, what did you do to that dog?
Oh, he got shaved.
Oh my god, it's so fucking cute.
Yeah, he had to get shaved. He was shedding everywhere.
Oh, he's so cute with no hair.
Buddy.
Okay.
Oh, little guy.
He's been shivering because he's used to having all his hair, so he's like, it's cold now.
But it's summer.
Fuck.
What's it like out there? Like, I mean, it's hot as Hades out this way.
It's like
fluctuating.
cold
50 degrees
today.
right now.
It got
What
to.
are you
s-
talking
raining?
about?
It was like 80
like
yesterday.
60.
I haven't been outside since yesterday. It was like
Yeah,
It's
80.
been like
cold today.
I mean, I don't know. I
It's
haven't been
like rainy
outside.
and gross out. You don't go out.
I worked this morning. Give me a fucking
Okay.
break. Anywho.
Anyway, so we have this very rare glue that'll glue anything to anything, and we don't have a way to get rid of the glue.
Right.
That's what you put in our hands.
That's what
Okay,
I put in your
this is
hands.
funny.
So this could go great. But
Okay.
it could also go
Or
always-
process.
it
it's
can
the
only go
makings
great.
of
We
a
get
great
the glue,
practical
right?
joke.
We go fight the guy. We go to fight the guy, right? And then what we do is we slip the glue in his drink. So when he drinks it, he drinks the glue, right? And it keeps his mouth shut forever. And then he can't command any orders. Therefore, we win.
Why was the Dromite attached to the king's ass? Sovereign glue. I don't know. I tried. I'm glad
You can have my
I'll have
inspiration back.
I'll have a better one coming
I don't want it
shortly, folks. Just wait for it. Waiting for the right moment.
you can have inspiration back. I don't want it anymore.
I'm waiting for Liz to pop on so I could
Nope.
get the joke out. I have it. It's ready to rock and roll.
Don't want it.
It's good. You don't have a choice.
Fair enough.
Unless you mute me.
Uh,
This is my bard. He's barding it up.
Love it. So
Okay.
you have the stuff from Tedrock. If you have any other questions for him, great. He did give you another lead. He said that inside of the sorry, my brain's working. Kinnard's warehouse is another descent down, a different place to enter into the library level.
Right.
Is the library level where we found the glowing book?
Yeah, it's also where
Okay.
you saw the big well and heard the whatever it was.
The majority of the pipes that Tedrock was speaking of,
Mm-hmm.
their source is the forge?
Yes, most of them are connected to the forge in one way or another.
Do they know where the center of the town leads down? The one with the 3 runes to guard it? It must be something big or important.
Yeah, you folks
it's
already
the
know.
elevator. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Elevator.
like
Okay, thanks.
they can move stuff down or up it with like they have like big halls or something.
Remember
Super.
that big staircase in the middle of the map, just below you, like where you were knocking the inklings into the like pit?
hmm
It's right above that, and the actual descent down drops you onto the middle platform.
Cool.
So if we have all of the exits sealed topside, the only direction it can go is either out the mountain through the pipes or down the mountain to where those guys are that we
Right.
rescued.
And for whatever reason, they haven't moved down that fast, or they're just not moving anymore further down to the base. Something
Do we
appears to be
try
holding them
to... Something's holding it off?
up. That's kind of the way I was trying to hint at it when you... Remember when you came up the stairs and you saw it kind of stopped at that point?
Yes.
Whatever it is, you don't know exactly how it works, but whatever's down there, whatever's causing it, it's blocking them from ascending or descending.
So there's probably one of those runes at that door?
You don't know.
Okay.
You didn't see any of those stones, so yeah,
Sure.
that doesn't appear to be it. And it wasn't a door; it was just like an open air space. Remember how there were the 2 like staircases that descended, and like
Okay.
the
Catwalks and
apartments.
stuff.
I was blind during much of this, so it's not.
Fair. There was that level where it just kind of like stopped. It was just like a nice.
I remember a lot of talk of balconies.
Yeah. I had to explain it a couple times because the way I was explaining it initially, I didn't explain it to Jeremy right because it's like perfectly.
No, we missed the part where we just moved like an extra 100 feet up.
Yeah.
Because we thought the bottom of the stairs had the stuff,
I
and it was the
definitely-
top.
I yada 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 that shit.
Okay, that does sound-
definitely.
That does sound familiar. All right. Edrock, would you know where we could find Alabaster Scrooge?
Alabaster, not up here. We don't have much in the way of white.
Andy knows his name.
Who? What?
Ebenezer.
Wait, are you which person are we talking about?
Doofus.
Alazar Velodius, the wizard?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
Melodious Crunk.
Felonious Crunk.
Alazar Velodius is currently residing with the Minister Oroview. Minister Oroview's house is the large manor on the south side of the summit.
Is it like a stone's throw away? Is the summit?
Yeah, it's literally
huge?
next door to the watch place. The watch captain mentioned it.
Okay.
Minister Oroview is like the leader of the town.
Got it. Well, if nobody has any further questions for Master Blaze Hatchet, I am very grateful. Thank you, sir, for giving these to us so freely. We won't let you down. I'll be sure to.
I've had my fair share of run-ins with the conglomerate in the past. I understand. It's your problem. It's your business. My father
Very good.
had a decent amount of interactions with them back in Old Parnak.
I hope with the good conglomerate, new conglomerate. Anyways, no need to mince words further. You have a fine day.
If you have a passive insight at 10, you would have caught that he...
Old Parnak sounds pretty back there
It
in the
definitely sounded
times.
like he was insinuating that he gets it, but at the same time, it's more of a, I'm giving it to you because I don't want you to fight me for him kind of thing.
Understandable. Understandable.
Neat. Let's go to
Yeah, his
the
dad,
guys.
his dad was probably somebody who was in Rostagar when it fell.
Where's Rastigar?
Andy knows.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so this building
Yep.
here
Coming.
is the one. And so when you come up to the door, there's a guard standing outside, and they look at you kind of confused. She
Is that a
says
lot?
to you,
Can you pull me over there too, John?
yeah. She says to you, apologies. Do you have an appointment with Master Oroview?
The captain of the guard sent us to inquire within for name. Alazar.
Alazar? I will.
Yes, it concerns the ink. We're from the conglomerate. We wish to rid the mountain of this plague.
Very well. I will allow you entrance.
Help.
Keep in mind, if we see that you are being a menace, we will deal with you. And she casually kind of opens the door. It seems like there's a mechanism that causes both doors to open simultaneously. And you see
And a
that there
menace does she take us for?
are two guards that come out from behind the doors as they open. Inside, you see what appears to be like a dining hall or like a meeting hall, and seated upon a throne on top of a wood dais is a dwarf in a gray cloak with large golden gauntlets, kind of sitting there with his hands on the armrests, kind of looking straight at the door as it opens. And he kind of takes you in, And the woman who walks in with you, the guard, she says, "These individuals are seeking the hermit, Alazar. He's gone from here. I cannot assist you."
I won't say that's not disappointing, sire.
Oh, well, he has fled this place entirely.
Oh,
He has left
when was this?
He has left some of his things, but beyond that, he disappeared. Either last night or the night before, I can't recall perfectly. One of the guards says, "It was last night, sire." Last night, then.
And the ink's been going on for like a week or two.
Yeah.
Okay.
About a month total.
Okay. I hate to bother you further, but would it be possible for us to investigate his things? Any information we can glean could potentially help us rid your homeland of this curse.
The female guard speaks up and says, "They were sent here by the captain of the watch." He kind of like bows low in respect, and he kind of looks to you and says, "Of course, I can tell you that his belongings might not be of use to you. It's nothing more than a book and a bag. Can you go and fetch those things for these individuals?" One of the guards kind of starts moving away from you. Looks like they head into the left or the right. What would be the left for you, but the right for the map. Most passage. Yeah. And
We'll wait patiently.
you wait there patiently. You can see seated on his desk there, or on his table rather, like in front of him, there is a massive great axe. Behind him, there are two wooden carvings of dragons. One appears to be a red dragon, and one appears to be a gold dragon. And then there are two shields, which are made of wood and what looks like mithril. And you can see that there's this strange kind of etching all along the front facing the shield that's just black, kind of. It's almost like a tribal tattoo. It doesn't really seem to make sense or mean anything, but you can tell that the ink that's on it appears to be the magical ink that is present below.
I would warn you, sir, that ink used on the parchment behind you could potentially be hazardous if it were brought into contact with the mists.
Alazar said the same. He did something over them and then left. Well, what was that? When did he do the thing? 5 days ago, sir? Or sire? And he kind of shakes his head. It's been really hectic with no focused routine.
Smart wizard.
No focused routine. No one's showing up. No one's leaving. It's just so static.
Sort of hanging out on a mountaintop, huh?
I'm tempted to take the plunge.
Well, let us take a crack at all this before you make up your mind there, and maybe we can sort this out. Maybe we get some activity going on. Maybe you get your day planner filled out.
I was only jesting. I would not take the plunge. These do grant me
That's good.
These do afford me a bit of strength, but probably not enough for my body to survive the chill and rock.
That's
Well.
fair. That's fair.
I won't say you're not a sturdy-looking individual.
Well, I
I won't,
appreciate that, but I'm definitely long of tooth.
Good.
And I know my own limitations.
That's the best
Important.
thing to do.
Me too, bud.
All of them. All of the options. Just go ahead and slide those sliders on over to the side there. So all of it. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions for Mr. Leg overview or review?
Andy stepped away, so he's the
I'm
only
here.
other person
I'm here.
Oh, you're not in.
You just,
Well, I'm
In
available.
frame.
So did those books arrive?
You're fine. Now we're waiting on the books. He's just sort of chit chatting. Do you have any questions for him?
Yeah, I would say, do you like books?
they're fine. I prefer ledgers.
Oh, okay. I once swallowed a book of synonyms. It's given me the thesaurus throat I've ever had.
Ah! Ha ha ha!
We're gonna be arrested.
You know what? I'm gonna rewind time, Sands of Time.
I thought we were gonna get.
I'll
thrown off
workshop
the
that one, he
stand.
says. I'm gonna workshop that one.
Collect all
Nick
of them.
says.
Collect all of them. Throw them off the cliff. No,
Tough crowd, I say, I tell ya.
he genuinely does kind of guffaw, and then two individuals come back instead of just the one. It seems like the guard comes back, and another guard with them. The other guard has a bag and a book, and holds them out. Oroview kind of points to him and then points to Bodhi, and he passes the bag and book over to you. Doesn't take more than a second of the bag being in your hand to realize that it is a bag of holding,
Oh,
and the book appears to be a spell book.
of course. No, you probably just throw this away.
Well, this isn't important. What's in the bag?
No, I could tear those pages. I could tear those
Someday,
pages out. and
someday
cast
one
them.
of us will be a wizard.
well,
Maybe someday.
No, we want that
Well,
book.
thank you. What was his name? Orin or Orview?
Lord Oroview, yeah. Or Minister Oroview. Sorry, no.
Minister Oroview, we thank you for your time, and we will be out of your way. And rest assured, we will be taking action
Hold on, I have a...
very, very soon.
There he is.
Actually, we already asked the guard for like what kind of equipment and stuff that they would have to spare for us to go down, right? Fight with.
Yeah, they didn't have... The guard didn't have anything. They told you to kind of
Okay.
go to these other people.
Gotcha. That's all I wanted to make sure we covered that base.
Yeah, they
I'll
have...
bring it up with Oroview.
They have
I was
weapons.
thinking about it.
You can if you want.
He seems nice.
Yeah, sure, I'll ask him. Like, on our conquest down there, I already asked the guard. He sent us other places, but I figured I would ask here as well. If you would have anything you might like, any kind of equipment you think would help us down there to fight off this stuff, would be greatly appreciated.
Well, typically debts of gratitude are afforded after a task is completed, but I only have two things that I think might be of assistance, although I don't know how much assistance they would be. He reaches over to his forearm, you hear a clasp unlock, and he slides the gauntlet down onto the table, does the same with his left hand, places it down onto the table, and then kind of fuddles around in his bag. You see him kind of like moving a bit slower than he was before, and then kind of like with a grunt kind of place a large piece of metal from his coat or his sash down onto the table as well. He gestures towards it. One of the guards walks over, grabs the pair of gauntlets, and then another guard comes over and grabs the thing, and they walk over and hand them to you. The gauntlets, as you can see in the picture, are very ornate, covered with dwarvish markings. And then the piece of metal that he hands you appears to be very similar to the fetishes you have received so far, but the symbol on it is one that you have yet to see. And I will get that handout for you for the fetish later, since you don't have a means of utilizing it.
Identifying it? Yeah.
Not terribly important yet.
Oh, good. What are the gauntlets?
Gauntlets, a very quick review of it, and if you have identified a cast on it, I believe Nick's cast identify, right?
Yeah.
I can cast identify. Yep.
Yeah, they are gauntlets of
He
overpower,
could just tell us.
and he'll tell you. Yeah, that makes more sense.
He probably doesn't
He
think.
almost he just crosses.
Anybody
his
need
arms.
gauntlets of ogre power?
Gauntlets of overpower.
I think they're for you, Ezekiel, right?
My
or
strength is
Silas.
already
maybe.
20.
Oh, Silas then?
I think
Overpower
Silas is
takes you
22.
to 18 or 19.
19.
Oh.
Makes your strength 19.
Who else is in melee combat a lot?
They would boost
You
my
there?
ability to carry shit by a lot.
Oh, we got this bag of holding.
I know, right?
They would make Bodhi have a staff over 13.
Oh, man,
It
you'd
would
be
be
so
pretty
strong,
fucking
Bodhi.
rich.
That would
I've
be
got a
awesome.
stat over. I've got two whole
Um,
stats over 13.
I think it would be awesome if it made Bodhi think that he can get, like, he could be frontline.
I could be frontline.
That would be so fun.
You go wash your mouth out.
You watch your proboscis out, sir. But Dromite, I don't know a proboscis. That's
I'm assuming the gauntlets are.
mouth.
that's entomologist. I don't. I tried.
Okay.
So,
I'm assuming the gauntlets are.
attune.
Jesus, I can't think of anything. Attunement. Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
they are.
Correct.
Come on, Bodhi, do it.
I'm already attuned to like 4 things,
Oh.
and that's because of one of them gives me an extra attunement.
Uther would probably be a solid choice.
I'd vote Uther if the other 2
carrying
already have a
capacity.
19.
Sure,
They
whatever.
only give me carrying capacity. I will not need them for attacking.
Because it's 20 versus
Or I guess
19.
strength checks, yeah.
Athletics.
I'll take them if nobody wants them.
Swole Dromite.
Yeah. I mean, seriously,
It's either Jerry or Andy.
it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
That's a funny
Could,
thing.
could he have muscles now?
Yeah, but
No.
that's a funny thing. Like,
Oh,
if they're ant-based, why aren't they able to carry more, you know?
Makes
Right.
sense.
Didn't you make them up?
No. Dromites
Oh.
are...
oh, he's like a real ant.
I thought it was like your thing.
No, I just converted them to the setting. They're normally from Eberron, but they haven't been made officially, I don't think, for 5th edition.
Okay. Let's see what
I
fun
would
we can
assume
have
they'd have
with
like a
these.
carry weight thing,
Yeah, they're
at
weird.
least.
They're not actually ant creatures. I think
I
the
keep
ant...
calling them ants.
They're basically ant-like, but I'm trying to think if there's like an actual ant people. Formorian or Formians? And then there's another one.
What's the 4th ed bug people?
4th ed bug people? Thrycreen. And they're bandits.
Yeah.
And they're
Dromites are the coolest
they're the one
because
you're
they're
thinking.
so good at puns.
just so nobody who watches this back thinks I'm dumb, Thrycreen are obviously from Dark Sun and trail back all the way to 2nd edition. So
Yeah,
Of
whatever.
course.
I'm the dumb
Duh.
one.
I just
I started
know
in 4th, so
Jeremy saw them in 4th. I am a smart. Anywho.
Somebody put on the gauntlets.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
working on it.
assuming the
We're going
dwarf
for
guy
the-
is gonna want those back.
He says, if you're able to clear the well, I will not require them.
It shall be done, says Nix.
They were
You
granted.
better use them.
He says they were granted as a gift by the conglomerate. So was that.
Mhm.
He gestures towards the fetish.
Now we gotta find a place to figure out what's in the wizard's
I'm trying to find my
bag.
achievements.
rest up, and then go down there and fight some ink.
You can deposit all items in a bag of holding by turning it inside out.
Yeah, I just don't think we
we're
want to
gonna
do
take
it like
Not here.
in this guy's place. It'd make kind of a mess depending on what's in there.
We're probably gonna head back to the inn where we've been afforded.
Yeah.
Shelter and a hot meal. I was told of mutton. And I'll once I'm like in the room, I'll turn out the bag and have a look at the
Okay.
inventory there.
When you turn out the bag, what you'll note is that there is a lot of clattering that's coming out of the bag. I'd like for you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Fantastic.
Sorry, where were you pouring it out onto?
I guess onto like the bed that's been given us.
So a bit of clattering. Go ahead and make a dex saving throw. Lower
19.
DC. So yeah, you're able to you kind of have it at a height, and you hear that, so you kind of dip it down closer to the bed. So as it starts to kind of come out onto the bed, you're kind of pulling up as it's kind of exiting out, and a pile of about 20 vials just kind of fall out onto the bed with a clattering, and then you see that there are 3 other items, and those 3 items are as follows: a pair of goggles, very ornate and intricate, with all sorts of different kind of lenses, kind of move over the irises.
And
Uh,
those to
mine.
Uther.
What's that?
Do they look like mine?
You have goggles?
You have
Yep.
goggles of dark vision. No, they look cooler than those.
I'm already wearing eagle eyes.
Right. You would see that there is also a small dagger with a blade made of glass. And lastly, you would see a round metal object that looks identical to the lodestar.
Oh, that's weird.
Have
Let's-
ritual cast identify.
Sure thing.
Okay. You start casting identify. Which object do you target first?
I'm sorry, remind me of the objects again. I was working
there's
on
a
my.
dagger. There's an orb that looks like the lodestar.
And
There are
is a
goggles
cool
and
mirror.
many vials.
Yeah, the
Are the
vials,
vials empty?
the vials are full, and they appear to be full with ink.
Great.
Ooh, probably leave
Let's
those
look at the
behind.
orb first. The
It is
orb.
an exact copy of the lodestar. You now have 2 lodestars.
Nice.
We don't even need Steve anymore.
I'm gonna give this to Bodhi.
I
Too
thought
much
the lodestar was a
responsibility for
singular
next.
thing.
So you know that at least one other group that left into the world
Oh,
had one.
Bodhi, take this.
But this one appears to
What am
be
I doing?
identical to the one that you have. You know that the one that was sent out was like an earlier, like, prototype.
like a rough draft.
Yeah, kind of a bit. It's not as
They didn't come back right.
right. It's not as perfect as the one that you have. This one appears to be pretty damn close to, if not the same as the one that you have.
The worms guy we met, he talked about having a lodestar, right?
He did not have one for his crew, but the people that you heard about that went to the Whitestone temple, they had one because they went to the same solar well that you went
They
to.
had the prototype one.
Yeah, the prototype one.
This one doesn't make sense.
So
Yeah.
orb goes to the lodestar goes to Bodhi.
Sure.
Let's do the goggles.
They are a unique magic item called Cool Goggles.
Of course, Nyx
Which-
needs those.
Is
I'll
a
take 'em.
huge throwback.
What do they do?
The Dwarvish clan of the Bright Anvils created these cool goggles. While wearing the goggles, you have advantage on ability checks made to reveal information about a creature or object you can see, specifically knowledge checks. When you roll an intelligence investigation, wisdom insight, or wisdom perception roll while wearing the goggles, you can always roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the check. Additionally, you can cast Identify using the goggles. Once you do so, you can't do so again until the next dawn.
Who wants them?
And the flavor text. The cool goggles were created by the Bright Anvils in Janaris before the clan was exiled from the region. They have seen many great things in their long history and have been taken up by great heroes in the region. The many lenses allow for the clearest sight available. It's a callback to Chody.
That's why I was asking. That's why I said, do they look like mine?
Well, they look like your goggles.
Yeah,
not the one
that's what I'm
not the
saying.
one
Do
that
they
you're
look
wearing,
like mine?
the one that you used to wear. And then
Yeah, I got it.
the dagger is also a unique magic item known as the sword. While this dagger is on your person, you gain a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws, like a stone of good luck. You can use a bonus action to cause the item to shed bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet, or to extinguish the light. The item cannot be broken. Special means must be used to destroy it. This dagger with a blade made of glass was given to the Order of the Binding by Malbranch, the head of the Guild of Janaris. Its blade is impossibly sharp and seems to shine with a light bluish color.
Ooh.
And this is one that Andy, as a player, might recognize. This was one of the options for Esper Edges.
Oh, okay. Yes. Got it. Very cool. I mean, that's got Jeremy written all over it. How many daggers do you have now, Jeremy?
So many.
Too many daggers to use.
Actually, I've got mostly swords.
We got swords.
We've all got swords.
Game inspiration. An Aladdin's reference will get you me every time.
Pissed.
We've all got so.
+1 short sword, +1 rapier, +2 silver dagger.
the sword.
Nightblade, the sword now apparently.
Yeah, it
Does that one
doesn't.
require attunement?
It doesn't, and also it just being on you grants its benefit, and you can also use it as a candle effectively.
And it can't break. That's
You
pretty
cannot
rad.
break it.
I forgot to mark down what all I'm attuned to. Let me double check that. Ever-burning torch is not an attuned thing.
Right.
Spheric stone jade is plus attunement, so that cancels out. I'm still at 3.
It attunes
Feywild
to give you-
shard was attunement. I have a gouge and a crease and a poisoned crease. I have a lot of daggers. I don't know why I have so many daggers.
You want the
Fox
sword?
blood.
Because it sounds like
Oh,
Uther got it.
Uther can have it. I'm
Yeah,
just trying to
told me
figure
take
out
it,
what.
so I grabbed it.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, those are the contents of the bag. Why the hell is this here? A shit ton of ink. Yeah.
Well, if he was a wizard, he's probably trying to use the ink, to write stuff in the spell book.
Well, the spell book, do you take a gander at it?
Yeah, I'll leaf through it.
So your
Definitely.
Conglomerate Primer tells you that the only way to open or access this book is by leaving a mark. It has a lock mechanism on its side. It requires a Conglomerate mark. What that tells you before you even open the book is
He's
that this
Conglomerate.
spell book belongs to a Conglomerate mage.
I cast, was it Prestidigitation to leave
Yep.
my mark? And see whose mark it was? Is that a thing? Or would I not recognize his mark?
You wouldn't be able to know his mark, but
Okay.
using the mark as a Conglomerate operator, you are able to unlock this specific lock. And
Okay.
opening it reveals a massive tome. So normally a spellbook has 100 or so pages. This one appears to have all of those pages full. So whoever this person was very accomplished. And as you kind of move towards the back, you realize that there are etchings of chronomancy towards the back. Specifically, a very, very powerful arcane spell is Time Stop.
I'm stop.
Time stop.
9th level spell.
So if this guy's some kind of time traveler, could the lodestar he has be our lodestar?
It's not identical. It definitely does have enough in the way of kind of differentiation for you to know that it is a separate creation.
Okay.
But it looks like it was created in the same means. And again, it doesn't look like this person's a chronomancer. It just looks like in their spell book they have
He
etchings.
dabbled.
There's dabbling. A lot of high level casters dabble in the chronology.
So I have a question. I mean, John might be able to answer this, but I'm asked the group. Is that so? This is obviously Alizar Velodius's spellbook, right?
There's nothing to indicate that's the case.
Who he is.
Like whoever this.
He supposedly was going by the name Alizar Thelodius.
So his spellbook was located in the same place where he was staying with the minister, yes?
Correct.
Yes.
And he left very quickly.
Very suddenly last night.
And why would a wizard leave without his spellbook or a spellbook that powerful? It makes no sense.
I don't know, it smells fishy.
Very.
It's ours now. Along with all its cool stuff.
We just won the spellbook and all this cool stuff.
Only one of us is a wizard.
Who's gonna get those cool goggles?
I feel like I should probably take the goggles since
They do require
Andy's
attunement.
already got the thing. I need to. Ah, man, why can't I remember what I'm
strong.
attuned to?
I don't need goggles, I'm strong.
And all those items, the fetish is not in there, but the fetish is another. I haven't gotten the card out yet, but it's very similar to the Defender, Protector, and Reaver fetishes. It is just a fighting style edition, but it adds a fighting style called Sacred Warrior. Sacred Warrior is a.
Sounds like Uther.
I think it's called. Hold on, fighting style.
I see you smiling.
It's the Paladin one, and why is it not popping up in my... I'm pretty sure it's called Sacred Warrior. I might be
Is it
wrong.
Holy Warrior?
We'll find out here in a second.
Holy Diver.
He's been down so long he can hardly see.
Get out of here.
Is it Blessed?
There, you don't like Dio?
Blessed Warrior. Thank you.
That music video kicks in.
So it's not Sacred Warrior, it's Blessed Warrior?
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
the name of the fetish is where is it?
And what fighting style does that add to the?
Blessed Warrior is what it grants. It's called Holy Swordsman is the name of the fetish. And then it grants the Blessed Warrior fighting style. Blessed Warrior fighting style states you learn 2 cantrips of your choice from the Cleric spell list. They count as Paladin spells for you, and Charisma is your spellcasting ability for them. Whenever you gain a level in this class, you can replace one of these cantrips with another cantrip from the Cleric spell list. So if you use that and make that your fetish, because remember you get 1 fetish slot, you'd have the 2 Paladins cantrips. 2 of your choice.
I do like having more cantrips.
Cleric cantrips are not great. It's like mending and light.
Hey,
Guidance.
fuck you.
I have a whole ass book that has some cool shit. So there's also Word of Radiance, which is solid.
I have like a dagger
Sacred
of
Flame.
warning, don't I?
I
Yes.
think so.
Was
Yeah.
that?
Does not
Attunement?
require attunement. No.
What am I attuned to?
Post your list.
It's very disorganized and full of things in jars.
Well, here's more jars. 20 fucking vials of ink.
Yeah, I'm about
Oh,
to
yeah.
add them, but
So
I'm attuned to goggles and shoes.
I want to make sure you understand. This is about 1,000 gold pieces worth of magical ink. So if you're into transcribing spells or creating scrolls, just understand that that's what you're working with.
Since we're all spellcasters.
Since we have so many spellcasters in the group, right?
we all know how to
We
read
do have
light.
spellcasters.
Every single one of us.
More importantly, we're fairly safe keeping that on us since it's in a bag of holding because the smoke.
Keeping it in a bag of holding,
Yeah,
yes. I
because
think
the
we
smoke
should
wouldn't be
fine.
able to manipulate a bag of holding without speaking.
It's a different realm. Like, it's a different, like... plane
Yeah,
of
it wouldn't be able to
existence.
penetrate.
Yeah.
So those stay in the bag of holding. Should I carry the bag of holding? Okay.
That's a yes. By omission.
I shook my
You
head.
can-
You did.
long resting gets rid of like the minus 20 HP from the wraith, right?
Yeah, so if you can get a full rest, yeah, you'll lose all that shit.
Vial of magic ink. 4 jars. I could have sworn I was attuned to more things. Ever burning torch definitely wasn't the special one.
Certainly not.
I've got the robe, which I don't think was. It's just pockets. It's finite. Okay, and did I have anything else? Is everyone quiet on purpose?
Not that I know.
No.
Of. I think.
I am.
I guess I'll put on some cool goggles.
Okay. So, everybody got that sorted? And you're taking a long rest. Is that accurate?
Long rest sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, go ahead and do that. And when you awake, we'll discuss, just handle your healing. But when you wake, the Forsyth will be awake as well. So, if you want to communicate further with him, you certainly can.
Who?
The guy you brought up.
Oh, okay, yeah, we
Rich
should
Cock.
check in on him.
Yeah, Rich Cock, right.
Yeah, we'll go check on him.
Okay.
I'm assuming our dear friend.
No, he's fine now. Like in
Rolling Rock has been checking on him.
and he's cooking up a storm in the kitchen of his abode. So if you go check on him,
I judge him.
he isn't great, but he's not the worst you've seen.
Already turned fully blue for a second.
Do you like
I don't know
stand
what
over
you
his
did.
shoulder, Silas?
I just stand back and look and shake my head. I'm like, man, this guy needs to try harder.
What a failure. So
You're using dried parsley.
How dare you?
fair, I suppose. But yeah, if you have any questions for him, he's not. I mean, you don't have to go and visit him. I just was saying that he's kind of up and about.
He's okay.
Yeah.
I would like to and see Silas go full Gordon Ramsay on this guy,
Oh, that would be so great.
but as a lizard.
I guess that's happening.
He does rage, so that tracks.
He's an idiot sandwich. Jody, go
I was gonna
get
say I grabbed 2 pieces of bread.
Where's the? Oh, what does he say? Where's the lamb sauce?
It's raw.
Oh, great. Yeah,
Tongue flips out and licks him in the face.
that's
Why?
that's fine, I guess. But yeah, he says, "Well, glad that you got me home, and I'm so happy to be out and about, but and up and fresh air, it's done so much for me. Are you going back down there?
That is the plan.
If you find my staff and my orb, you'll bring them back to me, right? The very important articles that I require." To be sure that they're safe.
Can you tell us more about them?
It's not our primary objective.
If you see them, then great.
We'll do what we can.
I don't know how much of a help they would be in your endeavors, but I can tell you.
Can you give us an idea of where they might be found?
It's on the western side of the library.
Across from where we found him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We found him in the library in a still, correct?
Yes, right.
Okay.
On the eastern side.
Got it. We can try. That's all I can tell you. Our first priority is survival and removing this blight.
Right. My first priority is to arm wrestle Silas.
Okay.
I have these goggles now.
Gauntlets.
What an amazing image that would make.
You have gauntlets, not goggles.
I'm sorry, I have gauntlets. Yeah, not goggles. Thank you.
Cool Kid has the goggles.
Just immediately bros out.
I have the spellbook's contents. I'll post them in the chat.
Oh boy.
This will be pretty massive. So
So
anybody
basically,
who
I could tear these out and
cast them as scrolls.
cast them
correct.
as scrolls. Okay.
Hey, my boy Rakash is still in there.
I'm super awesome, happy that it has Rakash and Bartleby spells. That's so amazing.
Oh, sorry. There's one more I forgot. I am so sorry.
I don't remember who Chandra is though.
Chandra. She's not a campaign setting specific character. There it is.
Also,
Are we sure this is 100 pages worth?
It's a bit more, I think. Let's do the math together. How many first level spells are there? 1, 2, 3.
8,
Okay, 8, and then how many second?
7.
8.
15.
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Okay, how many third?
Okay, this is not fun anymore. I don't want to play the counting.
6, 6,
So that's a total of 18. Okay, and then how many fourths?
4,
4 times 4 is 16. How many fifths?
6,
Times 30. We're at 86 pages. How many 6?
3.
Wait, what?
So 3 times 6 is...
I guess higher level spells require more pages.
It equals a number of pages equal to the level of the spell. For this
Oh, I never knew that.
I'm actually over 100. So
Okay.
it's actually...
I thought it was a spell per page.
Nope.
I thought wizards were concise, but
No, sometimes it takes a little bit more arcane...
So, like, leveling as a wizard just means you just read more better?
Yeah,
they write
Yeah.
more better too.
they write more better too.
Hear me out, boys. We'll save the book till we find one of the things that lets us reconstitute ourselves as a wizard, and then put a bunch of cool
You know,
spells.
a wizard's wallet is full of like 5 dozen library cards.
Yeah,
That is
Tell that
a
guy
good
to stand
idea.
still. I got to read 9 pages to shoot him with this.
that's a very solid point that you just brought up. So most spellcasters have spells known or are able to pray or acquire their spells from a spell list. Wizards don't. So the second you do get that, if you reconstitute yourself into a wizard, you do not get a spell book. It's not a physical thing that you manifest out of nowhere. So if you reconstitute yourself a wizard and you don't have a spell book, you're fucked.
We have one now.
Well,
I've got this one.
yeah.
We found like 4. Actually, we know where a tower full of tons
Yeah.
of them are.
Yeah, if we
Well,
ever
they're
make
helping
ourselves
with
back to Swordbreak, we are in the wizarding business.
We could all become wizards.
And then we'll burn that city to the ground.
As wizards.
Wow.
Yes.
With the
Yes.
spell Fireball.
I have Fireball.
Your government officials should not be rude to me.
I was here one time and I tripped on a crack in your roads. Fix it better next time.
As you're melting the entire town, the halflings are like, but we were nice to you. Sorry. So sorry.
Guilty by contact.
They're not in the town.
They're right on the edge of it.
They're about to get their property line back.
Just contact guilt. Oh no,
I'm doing the right thing.
The exact, like the few feet of it.
I'm rebalancing. Anyway, let's go fight some inks.
Fight
or
some inks.
Miss.
And yeah, as you stated, arcane casters can tear a page out of the book and use it as a scroll. So like you would basically destroy the spell in the spell book, but you'd be able to...
I'm not an arcane caster, am I?
Yeah, sorcerers are.
Really?
Yep. So you are able to manifest white wind-like function, faith, divine soul function, but you're doing so through the power of your own blood, which is arcana.
Mm.
You're not bringing forth...
I'm
power.
playing both sides, so I always come out on top.
Right, but you're creating faith-like magical effects.
Make it till you make it.
Yeah.
Pretend you got faith.
Well, you've got to have faith to faith.
Faith to faith to faith. Baby.
But if you're casting a spell that's outside of your normal ken to be able to cast, like, say you wanted to cast, like, a time stop spell for whatever reason, you would need to roll, for this specific spell book, it would be intelligence. An intelligence check. And you need to beat 11 plus the spell's level. So for time stop, you need to roll a 20 on an intelligence check.
Or
And then
No.
like if I fail, the spell's just ruined.
Oh,
Like,
no,
that's
no, no, no,
pages
no.
is gone.
oh, that's what I was wondering too.
That spell doesn't happen, yeah, but it also mentally like obliterates you. I'll double check the
Oh.
specific wording, but yeah, it's a bad.
Does that mean, are you asking out of your ken? In other words, a spell that you typically not your cast your,
So-
your class to
Yeah,
spell?
no. What? Also, yes, but what's your highest level that you can cast?
Oh, right. My highest level that I can cast.
Fourth.
That's a great
0.
question.
Should be fourth for him.
Fourth level. Yep.
And also, it needs to be a spell that's in your spell or your class. So, like, I think. Let's check. I think Bartleby's are wizard only.
Might be.
Bartleby?
Yes, that's one of my characters.
Wow.
No, we
You
did this when
created
we were trying to move
spells.
the gloves from Brent in the last game.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the glove lets you just do it whatever, because that's what the power of the glove was.
That's what I was hoping the stone hand was, but I still got it. It's just a regular old stone
So-
hand.
A good example, Bartleby's Bastion is wizard only, so you would need to make a DC 12 intelligence check to be able to cast it, right? But Bartleby's Confounding Words is a second level enchantment that is Bard Sorcerer Wizard. So both of you two casters could read that segment, rip it out, and do Confounding Words, but no check. If you're able to cast second level spells. which I think you all are. You're 3rd level now, right? Or yeah,
Fourth level spells.
4th level spells, right? 7th level. So yeah, you could cast anything that's on there that is on your spell list.
Got it.
I'm gonna just stick with cast iron.
Cast Iron's a good spell. Reliable.
Hasn't failed us yet.
So
Is this
after,
tail grown back?
after berating the the merchant lord-
Donkey.
donkey, you idiot sandwich. After berating him heinously as a lizard folk, and then handling your business in the morning, you've taken your long rest. It's not a locking long rest because you didn't have a soul well. What would you like to do?
Downstairs.
You've been told there's another way of going in, but there's
Can you
also
describe the other way of going in? It sounded like it was just a dangerous.
it's just a different
Means of
section.
travel?
It's on the western side of the town.
Uh-huh.
It's a place
Is that-
called
Kennard's warehouse
yeah, that's right, Andrew Kennard's
We-
warehouse.
leads down to
Okay,
the
it's
library
just another
level.
staircase.
It leads
Yeah,
to a different
or ladder.
location, though.
You can save big money there.
They've been money
When you're at
Kennard's.
Kennard's. I liked it.
You know what? It's good enough. Get the inspiration.
Yeah!
Do we want to go a different way? We know where the well is, that is our target, and we know the path to get to it through the other door.
Well, you are the smartest one of us.
Does anyone need inspiration?
Actually, you know what we should do? Let's go ahead and split up. Half the team go on one. Half the team.
I
go
don't
on-
have it.
You can have it.
You're the best. I'll give you my best pun next time.
I'll take Rolling Rock. We'll
promise
go
you.
down here.
I guarantee you the pun will not get you inspiration, though.
It never does. I'm not expecting. I said as a reward for being so kind, I would give him
Oh,
my best pun next
I get
time.
you. So we've now come to a point where puns grant inspiration, and the reward for you giving someone else inspiration is also a pun.
But never my puns, though.
Right.
To be clear, never my
Well, now yours
puns.
is the
A
reward.
pun-ish mend.
Oh, you know what? That was good enough. No.
My pun was actually good.
It wasn't bad. I'm still not gonna give it to you. Oh,
The only bonus to going to the west side is we have a chance to find the staff and the orb thing that the guy wanted, but we don't even know what those items are. If they'll
Well,
be
we'll
useful
get to the
us.
we'll get to the library in a means that we can already like backtrack. It's just exploring the library from where we've been.
Yeah.
I don't see a major benefit of going by Kennard's way.
Okay.
Unless I'm missing something.
If you're going back down,
Ransacking the place is the only thing I think, and
Yeah.
we're not supposed to do that.
We're trying to get away from that. We've been warned about being a menace.
and yet
So
you
we good with-
still-
We good with going down the trapdoor at what was it? The Wet Moose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and move us back in the library.
I can remember tavern names.
And I apologize. It does look like the state has reset. So let me double check and see if.
Don't forget to adjust your max healths. For you guys that got your long rest.
Yep. And if you had hit dice spent, go ahead and make sure that you don't reset all of your hit dice. You only reset a number equal to half your level.
Back to full anyway. We're not on a stealth op this time. Yeah, I could light my torch.
Your call.
Right, guys?
I wasn't stealthy to begin with, so
I'm lighting the dang torch, and I'm casting light on it. We're going brighter in hell.
Yeah, it seems like we're less concerned about light sources
60,
than
60,
just being
right?
noisy.
Oh yeah, they are blind sight. Did that work on anything?
What's that?
Well, I guess it was just pass without a trace was carrying us through.
It was giving us a plus into our checks, yeah.
So
Rolling
light,
Rock was the one
light
that...
genuinely didn't matter. Rolling Rock made too much of a ruckus.
Yeah, stomping around.
Trying to sneak around, but the clap of his ass keeps
Everybody see
alerting
the
the
map?
smoke. Yes.
A sliver, yes.
I'm gonna give Rolling Rock control to whomstever. You said Brent?
Yeah.
Okay. Done? Come
I
back.
just can't move any of the characters.
Why not?
I can't move them out of the area they're in.
How about now?
There we go. Yep, they're stuck in the wall.
They're stuck in the wall.
Oh yeah, it is that tight squeeze in here. Thank you. I'll just wait till you're done.
Yeah, I just put everybody in a stack.
Okay. Oh, here's the thing. None of this looks familiar to me. Where am I going?
So when you come back down the steps, you come through the passageway. It does appear to have sealed at some point during the time you were away from it on its own. It was the secret door. But on this side of it, the secret door's mechanism is easier to find, and you're able to open the door here. So you don't know what the timer is on it, because again, it closed at some point well after you had gone up. But at some point, this door will shut.
But we're in the mountains, and I've already seen it, so it's not a secret anymore.
Right.
And I've got this whole
You-
wand of secrets.
you know
So if we find this spot again,
You know
Well, I don't
exactly where
need
the
that.
door is.
I cannot be
also-
lost in the mountains.
I've also got cool goggles and a flashlight.
The passageway to the left or up on the map is the direction that heads back to the well. The passageway to the south, or doorway to the south, leads into the still, where you found the Merchant Lord. The path directly forward, about 2 steps forward to the left, there will be the passageway that had the weird shadow hand. And then at the end of the hall here is where you found the Wand of Wonder. And then there was a staircase that led upwards here, but nobody really went up it all the way. That's what you've explored on this side of it. I'm sad that the Explorer option faded away for some reason, but it is active now, so it'll start filling in the gaps.
Was it being like reworked by Roll20 or something?
No, I think what happens is if you change maps, it's not supposed to like lock out the Explorer mode stuff, but I think something I did when I was adjusting this map caused it to lock it, like remove the information you had regarding it.
Yep.
I would like to go down the hallway with the hand, because that just seems like a, hey, it's trying to tell us to stop, so we should go that way type deal. But if we clear out whatever's in the will, that's what's causing it, kind of open the whole place up. You just guys point me in the direction and I'll go first. Or last. Just tell me which one you want.
Uther, you know your way around here. Where the hell are we going?
Hold on. Dig my token out.
Gotta stop painting this tower.
Yeah, but going at it.
Straight up here and then to the left. The well's right in front of us.
You want me to go first? Or
I
you want me to cover
I
back?
am about 25 feet from the well as I stand.
Oh, you've already gone out?
I'm straight up from you guys.
Alright, but follow it.
What is our first plan? Do we have the means to seal the well? I said they had a capstone.
I believe there is.
Yeah, it's the big white thing in the middle. It's a white pillar that's kind
An
of
obelisk thing.
yeah, but it's like upside down, so it like actually kind of pins downwards. Does that make sense?
How is that supposed to seal the well?
I don't know. I'm not.
We gotta investigate it and figure out how it operates. Like good little adventurers.
Okay.
You want to be a good adventurer, don't you, Uther? You
yeah,
do. Come on.
I'll go ahead and pass without trace on us so we can approach slightly more quietly.
How close do we have to be to you?
30.
Okay.
I believe the aura is still open, right?
Looks like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Or whatever's around me, yes.
Yes.
I will approach the well.
Okay. So it has a similar stillness to when you first had entered into the space.
Do you want stealth checks or no?
Not necessary.
I know we're here.
As you kind of approach it, you do see that there are small little bubbles that kind of appear on the surface. This is similar to when you saw the well kind of erupt with the inklings before. Looks like there's probably no shortage on the number that you'll have to deal with if you were to engage the well directly. If you'd like, you can make perception checks. Again, remembering everything's kind of in this monochrome state. But
Are they side based?
Yeah.
Say that so I can roll 2 1s real quick. Hell yeah, 25.
Perception?
So Ezekiel,
Beat that.
you also roll a d4 added onto that for perception checks because of the cool goggles. But
Don't worry, guys. Let me bring that up to a 10.
Uther and
Fucking nailed it, boys.
Uther and Ezekiel, the two of you are looking at the mechanism, looking at the thing, trying to kind of understand what's, the situation here. The pillar, the spike, you can actually see that it is at the baseline, at the ink line or water line of the ink, starts to kind of taper inwards as if there's a capstone. You'd also see that there are 4 what appear to be like wire-like pieces of artifice that are connected one to each of the facings that seem to be kind of holding it up. The wires are not like wire thin, they're kind of cabling thick, but it looks like they're kind of holding it up.
So we have to.
4 metal cables are suspending it above it, and if we were to lower it.
Yeah, but it looks like the cables are the mechanism, the mechanic that causes it to lift up and lift down.
And do we see where the cables are going?
Into the ink, so you don't know where they're connected to because it's opaque.
So not a cable, like a solid steel rod holding it up.
It does look more like a wire, but it's like a thick wire. It actually has like a bend to it. Does that make sense? The best way for me to describe it to you, those like jars or vials or bottles that have like wire mechanisms on the side that allow you to kind of pop the lid off and then like seal the lid by pushing the wire kind of framing into place?
Canisters, yeah.
Yeah. Same thing, except there's 4 of those that are kind of connected to the bottom of this cap. So whatever mechanisms beneath the ink line would basically allow for them to be pulled down and then clicked.
Do we see any switches, levers, anything of
Not around
that state around here?
Not around you.
Does it all appear to be magical ink in this well?
I'm going to move up to the north wall. That's the light we were standing in last time, Shody.
Oh, okay.
That's where the Blaze Hatchet books are located. You would see desks, another kind of chest similar to where the Wand of Wonder was located. There's a
Shody, you left the aura.
There's a massive statue of a dwarf with a book in his hands. It looks like to the left, there's a bunch of stuff that's been kind of mustered together. Like it looks like someone just kind of threw a whole bunch of shit into a pile, right? And the main thing that actually kind of looks like it's important is what at first looks like a table, but on closer inspection you realize it is the lid of some sort of coffin. Or
That's here.
Yeah, correct. The one with the dragon symbol that's kind of in the middle of the pile. And then the Wand of Wonder-esque box is here.
Wand of Secrets.
Nothing.
Oh yeah, I got that. That's what I'm attuned to.
It
That's
doesn't,
one
it
of the
doesn't have
things.
attunement. That's why I took it back
Son
from you.
of a bitch. Okay, you use it then.
Using the Wand of Secrets, nothing.
I'll start leafing through some papers.
I'm gonna investigate the statue. Does it have a hidden mechanism on it? The book or anything?
You can make an investigation check if you'd like.
15.
Okay. Searching it, it doesn't appear to have any sort of mechanism on it whatsoever. You kind of look around the back, look at the base, looking around, nothing. Alright, while you're doing that, Bodhi, what are you doing?
I'm going through. You said there were some desks around.
There's a desk with like a bunch of blank papers on it, a chest that's similar to the Wand of Wonders chest, and then there's a pile of stuff that's been kind of mustered together, like a chair, a coffin lid, and a bunch of other just random artifacts and trinkets.
Okay. None of that's this corner. That's all up in the top next to Uther.
Top right is that desk with the blank papers and the box I mentioned.
I guess I'll take a look in the box.
Yeah, it's locked. And you remember that the Merchant Lord had the key to the other one. This one you do not have a key to, so you'll have to use some sort of means of legerdemain to break it.
Okay.
And this is segment 3 of 5 things that I thought needed to be done by Rolling Rock.
Yeah, he's got the thing that
Don't
gives him
worry.
the-
Nix has got big buff guy arms, and he's
Oh.
gonna bash this thing open for me.
Oh, that's gonna make a lot of noise and get all the inks out. I have a lockpick set that we
he
stole from a
he
dude.
heads immediately over to that place.
Yeah, but you're not fucking ripped and swole when you do it.
I was gonna say, I think Roland Rock's got the spells
not
available
wrong.
to get knowledge and feasibles check.
If you want to do
It's like
Rolling Rock
Knuckles.
style, that's fine.
So that's the case.
Knuckles.
And
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and allow you, Brent, to go ahead and make a Thieves' Tools check and apply proficiency to it. After
Yeah, I think he
casting-
does intelligence, right?
No, it'll be a dexterity check to open it. But the spell that you're casting on yourself is called Forbidden Knowledge, I believe. It's like a 2nd level spell. It gives you proficiency with the
Borrowed knowledge, yeah.
borrowed
Okay.
knowledge. That's what it is.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you spending inspiration on that or no?
I don't have it already.
I'll
give
give
it
it
to you.
to
I was just given it by Chris. So I'll pay it forward. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yep. 25.
Okay. It opens, and go ahead and roll D100.
Oh.
58.
Random magic item. It's not one of the ones we knew about.
Right. Good catch.
Middle of the road. What do we got? 58.
So, upon opening it, inside what you find is a very ornate looking shield that has been laid into the space. The dragon symbol on the coffin lid is the exact same symbol that's present on the shield. The shield, it's not a massive shield. It is just kind of like a nice and tight kite shield.
I'll cast,
Identify.
Jesus. What is
Identify
wrong
from
with
your
me?
goggles.
Identify from my goggles.
Okay. So,
I need to see a doctor.
the shield in question is a
Right,
+2
doesn't
shield.
Oh,
It's a +2 shield. How about that?
Hot damn.
Okay.
sweet.
Awesome.
That's for the dog.
Yeah, you can dog.
Big dog, woof woof for Ezekiel.
We did kind of glaze past it, but I do want to mention that the symbol that's on the coffin lid, the symbol that's on the shield, is the same symbol that you would have seen inside of Oraview's space. It is a kind of serpentine dragon. The coloration at this point down here is muted, so you don't actually see it, but up above, the symbol's color was white on a blue field.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll stop a +2 shield. That means I have an adamantite shield and a +2 shield. Heck yeah.
You can wield it both.
Can you?
I don't think you can. I don't
have
think
shield
it's
fighting.
wise.
Yeah, you can.
You can equip 2
Oh.
shields. You don't get a bonus more than +2 from both of them. And then using them to fight would mean you'd be doing improvised weapon attacks. So if you're not proficient with improvised weapons, you
We'll get him there.
suck. I've been
Alright,
thinking.
so
anything
looks
going
good
on
on
with-
paper. That's what you're
Right.
saying.
Anything going on with the you said it was a coffin lid?
So it's a
Said it
bunch,
looked like the seal of what's his name?
yeah, same as the shield. And so there's a bunch of shit that's also around it. It looks like there's like a metal trophy of like a bird. Looks like there's a bunch of just random
Throw that away.
bits and baubles, scrolls, a chair. For some reason, it's just a bunch of shit has been kind of stacked and kind of stockpiled in this corner, as if someone was kind of moving it from somewhere else and depositing it here for some reason.
Is there anything above this? Can I like investigate the ceiling where they
No.
tried to make a furniture ladder?
So if you had to venture a guess, and this would probably be Uther's thought processes, they were moving this from somewhere to the west, and they were trying to set up a staging point to move it to the lift, so that they could get out with it.
These
This
are
looks like a-
valuables.
New coffin, or a very
Oh no,
used
very old,
coffin?
very old, very old. It looks like the lid, for whatever reason, was taken probably off of a coffin.
Any chance I can get you to add that shield to my thing? I'm having like all kinds of trouble trying to get it to load onto my thing.
Absolutely,
It's just a
Thank
coffin
you.
lid, not a whole coffin.
just the lid.
Oh, okay. Phew, okay, we don't have to be grave robbers then.
That'd be wrong.
If we close our
So we're
eyes, we
not
technically
great
didn't see it happen, so it's okay.
The paladin way. Should be on your feet.
Thank you, sir.
24 AC now, huh?
Yeah.
So I don't know what to make of the coffin lid.
There's a corpse
It's-
somewhere missing a blanket.
All exposed.
So there's a coffin lid but no coffin?
Yeah, it's out on this table.
No, it's just out on the ground.
Oh,
It's basically being used as a table, or it might have been used as something to kind of like move stuff over quickly. Then there are a couple of chairs that are kind of sat on it, sat near it.
Is,
I'm really
this door
curious
openable?
in this light. Oh, I'm sorry, Brent. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
I was just gonna. I was curious about this glowing light area. Looks like a table of some sort, or.
We covered
That's
it.
the-
that's
where
where
we
we
stood
that's where
at.
we hid from the slimes.
Those family histories are protected by their own. You are in the well.
I'm in the well. Well, take a dip.
Nyx is swimming.
I'm going to take
Alright,
that
we
as
don't see
canon
any
unless
other-
you very quickly say that's not real.
It's not real.
Okay, so Dromite's in the.
No,
Fine.
don't mind me.
A strange man.
Bird statue's just a bird statue.
Yeah, you can't tell what it's made out of for certain because again, monochrome, kind of like noir, like sheen over everything. But once you get the daylight on it, it does seem to have a kind of platinum glow to it. Like it's very silvery, but it's more platinum-y. It looks like a trophy, and looking at the base, it looks like it had something written in the written on rather the plaque, but that seems to have been erased.
World's coolest bird.
I'm the biggest bird. I'm the biggest bird.
No levers, no controls.
Nothing.
Ezekiel, steal this statue.
Okay.
Gonna move over to the left over here. Looks like some other stuff going on.
As you fasten the shield to yourself and move over to that door, Ezekiel, you see that it does appear to be locked.
How
And then
long is Rolling Rock good at block picking?
An hour.
You know, give it another crack.
Sure. Oh,
7.
I'll spend my inspiration.
Okay. So you fail, and you'll break
Wow.
one thieves pick. So I don't know what his allotment is currently showing. I'm pretty sure last time I checked it was 6, but I don't know what he has written down. So
24 did not open it.
24 did not open it.
Damn.
And
Good luck.
as you kind of see Rolling Lock kind of like toss it aside, he says, "Sorry, boys." Sounds like Steve, right? "Sorry, boys. Seems to have a magic lock on it."
A
You tried. That's all that matters.
A
protein.
all mooses. It seems to be broken, yeah?
Moose.
It's not a conglomerate door, is it?
No, it just has an arcane lock spell on it.
Okay.
Which
Well, I'm
gives
not seeing
plus
knock in
evidence.
that spell list, which would have been funny with all these inks I'm carrying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that I will say that trap is not currently an anvil though. So if it does show up later, I
No,
definitely
but-
added it post hoc.
It always seems like the only way we're getting this thing is if we go into the thing and fight all the things.
Can I look at the cables?
Yeah. I mean from a distance, but yeah.
So they're on here. It's not
Right. So
here to here.
let me explain. So like this, imagine this is like the pillar that's kind of slotted into the liquid, right? And there's a capstone that's kind of like right at the water line. On the sides of it, on each facing, are wires that kind of like crook down and then kind of enter into the water or the ink, and you're not able to see the full nature of them, but they go inside of the well. The presumption from those who've looked at it is that there's some form of way of making them descend down and drag the thing down into a slot.
What's that locked door made of?
Uh,
Stone?
Door, metal. It's made out of door.
Anything over on these other desks over here?
It's mostly just papers. Some of them do look like they have markings on them. More so kind of about here. But what you're seeing of the markings is it appears to be like notations that weren't written in magical ink.
Have we been up the stairs yet?
Just boring ink.
Yeah, some of it's pencil markings. Like there's some graphing kind of up on the top right one near the where the shield was.
Yeah, this is where we came from, Cody.
Is there any interaction with the light and the smoke?
Yeah, so your light is presenting a color distortion. It's not like the very first time you cast light, just regular light. It would be kind of just still monochrome but brighter illumination. Now that you have the daylight spell, it seems to be kind of offsetting the mist to a point where you can actually see everything in color. And so the shield is the same color. It's blue with the white dragon.
Okay. So we're not missing any detail as far as like color or clarity
Right.
walking around in here.
Unless you're
Are we
moving
still
over.
getting the impression that the smoke inhalation is getting to us?
Oh yeah, for sure.
We've got
Have
time.
we been down this hallway immediately left of me?
No.
And the door on this side is open. So there is a doorway there.
Yeah, I thought that one led to the smaller library where they found the desk that had the book in the hidden drawer.
No, that was just past the glowing book.
Okay.
It was immediately south of the glowing book was the classroom. So
Okay.
this is a separate hallway from that.
And it looks like there are two doors on the right, bookshelf on the left, and the bookshelf has a sliding ladder.
You don't think the mechanism for this capstone would be in the forge? Like, they wouldn't have made it that far away.
I don't know.
Maybe it's beneath the well, which is where the forge is.
Correct.
Also, I'm gonna take a spin on this library ladder.
Okay.
Wait, no, we're stealthy. We're
Oh.
being quiet.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm like putting one foot on it. They're like, no.
You're like that smile on your face, and
It's
I'm like,
just stupid.
bummer. There's a door on the right.
I'll
and
just look at the books as we walk by.
a door further on down the way. So this door you move up to.
Nothing else around the well stands out, though.
No. So, Ezekiel, you move up to this door and you test it.
Lock.
And trapped. I need you to go ahead and tell me what you do when you hear, as you kind of move the door handle, you feel the resistance, and then you feel like a tug backwards, and you hear a loud kind of sound.
I
Didn't
like
get what that
I
sound
grabbed
was.
my shield and then just kind of put it in front of me, scared.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
And then shield master.
Success. So you won't take any damage. I'll explain what everybody else sees. You see the door shape, almost like a ghost, push off the door as that click happens and slam into Ezekiel's shield. And he kind of realizes it's going to smash him against the bookshelf. And so he very quickly kind of twists his back foot, moves around the wave of force that's pushed out from the door. When it hits the books, you can see them kind of rattle in their space, and there's definitely an audible sound of as it does that. The response from the well is the bubbles start to move, and you see sproing, sproing, sproing as they start to bounce out. They're not attacking or anything or anything like that. We're not going into an initiative. So if you want to hustle and move, you can certainly do so, or you can stand your ground and fight them.
If we fight them, more of them can come out of the well.
Yeah,
And also, there was a big one before that we avoided. I heard it. I never saw it.
I
Go
moved
well.
Rolling Rock into here, and the whole map went like a gray, so I can see through everything now.
well, that's not good.
Yeah.
Cut it out, Brent.
Same. I could see as
I'm
well.
sorry.
There's a
Oh,
lot of things in here. We should leave.
Yeah, I see a 26 now. We're like on the well.
Well, now we're not allowed to look at anything.
Oh, you broke it.
I saw a number 26. I didn't see anything else.
yeah, that's
That's
because,
all I saw as well.
that's because I put it down when I put all the monsters down. I quick highlighted
Did you
it.
get embarrassed?
I mean,
Also, why
maybe
is there a purple border now? Was it always there?
purple border.
It's like a new Roll20 thing.
Oh.
Yeah, when I was putting maps in on the game that I was making or putting the maps in for, like I put a red map in and the whole fucking background went red, and I was like, huh? I thought I
Wow.
messed something up, but I guess
Weird
it's just
that they
something new
picked
they
the
added.
watercolor.
Mine's white like the snow.
Trying to fix it first. Let's see if we can't just. I see what happened. Fuck. Okay. This is a test.
Take
I'm
your
gonna
time.
move. I trust Zach the most out of everybody here. I think. No.
Okay.
No.
Me? It's definitely not
Right,
Jeremy.
it's fair.
We're
It's
we're
fair.
offending a lot of
It's
people.
either Zach or Andy. I can't.
No, definitely fair. Zach or Andy, good call.
Are you talking about you?
Yeah, no, I'm saying you should not. I'm saying it's a good call. I'm being serious. Yeah, you're
Okay.
very, very right there.
I'm gonna go with Andy. All right, but his computer is usually fucked up. Okay, anyway, do you see everything, or do you just see the space you're supposed to see?
I just see the space we're supposed to see. Like, there it is.
Yeah, and I think what happened is that the Explorer mode goofed again. So this should be good. Everybody, all right? You'll be
Yeah.
able to see the stuff you pass through. Unfortunately,
I do see the number 26, whatever that means,
Yeah,
but that's
the
not it.
26 is a notation marker for me in my notes. It's
Okay.
when I shifted all the inklings to the token level, it sent.
You
as
selected
well.
it as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's gone now.
Also, you only made a sound effect for 3 of them jumping out of the well.
Swoink, swoink,
Boing,
swoink,
boing.
swoink, swoink, swoink.
There it is. Good job.
I unfortunately am not a throat singer, so I can't make it sound like there's multiple voices coming out. Some of the sploinks were simultaneous, is what I'm trying to say.
That is a lot of these jelly fellas.
Yeah, but again, they're not attacking you right away. They are just kind of acclimating themselves. You know what triggered them to come out. I think you figured out that sound and shit is the thing that they kind of track to.
Damn it.
So we need to cheese it.
Quietly.
My things are loud.
Not everybody all at once.
What are the material verbal? Okay, I don't want to say anything.
No, speaking is fine. You've been doing that the whole time, talking back and forth. Casting a spell verbally is not going to be a situation where it
Like
matters.
alert them.
It needs to be like a big cacophonous
Okay.
kind of sound, like a big thunder wave slamming into a person,
Thunderstomp.
or thunder stomp, or rolling rock walking around like a doofus. Take your pick. He rolled so bad.
Yeah.
Let's move down the hallway. We're already here.
All right. If you move down to the end of the hallway, Ezekiel, I assume you'd be going first once you're kind of issued that kind of notice to do so. I need to switch the
Yeah.
music back to a bit more. Not good.
I'm gonna mage hand. Carry a glass jar 30 feet out. And sort of.
Drop
Can
it.
I throw something with a mage hand, or does it just have to drop?
You can drop it. Yeah, it's not really good.
Okay. The intention is to drop it on the. Shatter it on the steps.
Again, satisfactory. We've done the rope-a-dope with these things plenty of times. That's satisfactory. They'll start kind of glomping over in that direction.
Good. Good. I stealth.
Hope they cut their feet in the glass.
I'm gonna go left or right
Oh,
first,
we
boys.
Pick a direction.
So left and right are the directions you do see.
We'll go left. Left has worked out for the group many a time before.
All right.
Feels good, right?
There's a door right on your side there. And then it looks like it goes and looks off to the right.
I opened the door a second ago and it blew up in my face.
All right.
Surely not every door.
You said you're
Somebody help
opening
him.
Oh, yeah, I'll try.
the door? Okay. It
I'm gonna
opens,
scout.
not
I'm
issue.
gonna scout around this corner.
Inside, you see what looks like a small little office space. Oh, hold on a second, Jeremy. I'll get to you in a second. Stay
Yeah.
right where you're at. You see a little office space. Looks like there are a couple of books that look very similar to the book you found in Alazar's bag. It does look like this room is kind of filled with a swell of shadow. Sitting on the center, or kind of like in the middle, close to the middle of the table, is a small little holder for a large pearl-like crystal ball. It's not completely transparent like crystal is wont to be. It's more of like a quartzy kind of coloration, like a white quartz, or a
Grab
bowling.
it.
It kind of looks like a bowling ball, just no holes.
Yeah, I'll step in to grab it.
Okay. You pick it up. It has a decent heft to it, about 5 pounds. Yeah, you have it. It seems like the shadows kind of swelling or coalescing around you now.
So we're clear, we are not opening this bag of holding while we're inside this smoke.
Okay.
You can open it. You just need to be careful what you take out of it.
To Jeremy, you come around the corner, and the first thing you see catches you on guard, like snaps you into position, because you see a chair, and seated in the chair is a humanoid-looking figure. But as you look at it again, you realize it's a dead body. A guy who is sitting in a chair. It's not on the map, but it's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Theater of the mind. That is a chair.
Is that the? Okay, I see
Yeah.
the chair now.
The chair's there, but there's also a guy in it. Dead
There's
body.
always-
Looks like the guy is very much in a hyper state to what you saw Forsyth in. Looks like he has been here longer than him, or did not do as well as the Merchant Lord, and his body is basically kind of just become lifeless.
The Lord said somebody had come down with him, right?
Yes, but this individual does not appear to be armored, which the guy he said came with him was an armored individual.
Okay.
This person looks like they might have been a librarian or something.
Oh,
All right. And then it doesn't appear there's anything around the corner, right? It's just kind of a dead end.
Go ahead and yeah, I mean, you come around the corner, it's kind of a dead end, but for the guy, like, do you investigate him at all? Do you investigate
wait, the
anything
last
at all?
dead body we touched turned into a ghost.
Yeah, that's true. Do you do anything regarding again, looking around the corner, it's very strangely just kind of like a nook, like why that's there. But you'd also see that the guy kind of is seated in a way that he was looking towards where
Both
you came
ways.
from. Well, yeah, and that. So it almost looked like when you first came around the corner, he was looking at you, but then you realize he's kind of positioned so he's kind of looking at the corner of the wall he's like facing, sort of, so that he could look both ways while he was alive.
Yeah, I'll check him out. Is there any identifiers on him or?
When you first start to touch him, his hand seems to kind of just fall open lazily, like the rigor mortis is kind of long since passed. And it's now just like the crinkling of the bone kind of opening. You can hear it, and something drops from his hand and hits the ground. It's not a very loud noise. It's almost like someone dropped
catch it.
You can certainly
So
try.
fast.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw to see if you catch it before it hits. But I was gonna say, whoosh, you got it. But it doesn't.
It's a dagger.
It doesn't look like it would have made a very loud sound. What you are holding in your hand is nothing more than just like a sliver of wood, about 1.5 feet long. Very thin sliver of wood.
It's like a prod.
Like a
A
prod
wand.
or a wand or
It's a steak.
a stake. Vampires
Cool.
are not this game. That's Friday.
Steak.
I'm gonna throw another charge at the Wand of Secrets out.
Secret door on the south side of that.
This doesn't say it's a weird area.
Yeah, there is a secret door on the.
Should we be following you?
I'm gonna whisper around the corner for you guys to come over here. I'll pass the wand to one of you people that can identify it. The prod,
Sure.
the stick.
I'll do
I
it.
can't anymore.
I got it.
You figure out the secret door very quickly because it's similar to the one you've already seen before. Beyond it, you see another glyph similar to the Blaze Hatchet one that's glowing brightly, and directly above it, like there's a chute that goes up about 40 or so feet, whatever the distance between here and the summit would be. And you see that there's a rolled up rope ladder at the top of it, and a wooden door that's kind of sealed over top.
Is this the approximate distance from
You
the door
think-
down here
you
that
think
the
you're
inn is from the
Yeah.
other store?
definitely. And the way you're looking at it, it looks like the door that's on the top, not really a door. It looks like someone basically sealed it off by slamming wood into place. Like there wasn't really a door there in the first place.
Now
Okay,
we know
so
where
we
that
found
is.
Kennard's warehouse.
Yes.
And you do see that there's shadows kind of like manipulating against the light. The light seems to kind of go straight up all the way into the chute. Do you step onto the seal to kind of look up at it?
I feel like it's gonna throw me at the roof. Is that the case?
No.
Sure, I'll stand in it.
When you do stand on it, you do feel lighter, but it doesn't throw you at the ceiling.
I jump.
You start to ascend a lot farther
You
than
throw
you
yourself at the
think
ceiling.
you should. And if you're familiar with fizzy lifting drink, if you don't kind of force your weight down, it just continues to force you to ascend.
That's fine. I got
Are
spider.
the fans on?
I got spider slippers. I just climb back down.
Okay. Yeah, when you get to the top, it does seem that it would definitely require a lot of effort to force the wood up. But you can also see that as you kind of touch the wood, there's a shimmer of like a glowing light on the opposite side of the wood,
A runestone.
which denotes that the runestone's on the other side. Yeah.
Right, this is not the way.
But it's
I
another
think I
safe.
see door frames.
It's another safe spot and another escape.
Hell yeah.
So everyone's noticing that Ezekiel, as he moves around, does seem to have the shadows coalescing around him. Just want to make sure that that is understood. That was not something I just mentioned.
Like the smoky ink hand stuff.
It seems like it seems to be kind of coalescing around him a lot more than it has anybody here so far.
Only since he picked up the not so crystal ball.
That had the same thing happening to it. Yes.
Yeah.
Should we take that up to the sunlight? Right now, since we have an access point?
You also have the magical glyph.
What's the magical glyph?
There's
The
two.
shadows
One at the
moving
one at the
into-
bookstore and one at the other thing.
You want me to put it in there? So I can.
Yeah, let's leave it somewhere.
Okay. I'll put it in the magical blue.
Okay. Well, when you walk into the magical glyph, you'll notice the shadows start coalescing around the glyph, but it doesn't seem like they linger very long. They kind of just move away. And the other thing you note is while you're inside of the space of the light, the noir kind of pattern is gone, and in addition to that, there's no mist around you. You're no longer under the effects of the mist.
I pull out the crystal ball. Has anything changed on it?
No, same as it was. but it doesn't seem like when you're standing in this protective circle, you're under the effects of the other sections of Amblevote.
Gotcha.
So
And the hands are trying. They're the things out collecting ink. So for whatever reason, they want this ball.
yeah, and I just want to focus. Like, if someone wanted to, like, if they were intent on putting this into a bag of holding at any point, instead of going all the way up, you could probably do it here.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
I'll make sure that the smoke is
You get into the circle,
cleared away from it.
smoke doesn't get near it, you shove the crystal orb in there. When you seal up the bag and walk back out, the mist does not chase the bag.
Bad doesn't exist to this mist.
Well,
We're
the
good.
orb doesn't exist to it because it's
The
somewhere
bag
else.
does not exist.
Up we go.
I've been
Open
having
door
a day
time.
with this braid here, so north.
This is another door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the door. And it looks like there's another pair of doors up ahead. And then at the very far end, at the top there, you see what appears to be another stack of just kind of papers and stuff. But in the center of it is a shrine. The shrine appears to have a Roman numeral, or what would be considered a common arcane number, in the center of it. And it's the number 5.
Nice. Not too good at that, but I am good at opening
Five,
doors.
5 what?
Okay, there are 2 doors on the top there, and then there's the doors that are... There's a door there.
I got this one.
And there's also a door next to Silas, which you haven't touched.
Everybody gets a door.
Silas, you
I'll
want to pop
touch
that bad boy
mine.
open?
Yep, I'll open it.
Okay, so
Same time.
Silas, similar to what happened to Ezekiel in the same hallway, I need you to tell me what you do immediately when you hear a click, and then the handle is forced back the other way. Muted.
I'm going to die. Sorry. Since I saw what's happened to him, I'm going to dive out of the way.
Okay, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
He just becomes the
19.
strongest boy.
Yeah, you dive off to whatever direction you want to, and you see the boom force wave kind of pulse through, and as you kind of hit the ground, like through the light, very little light, on the Blaze Hatchet book's opposite side, you're pretty sure not enough to like warrant the creatures from not chasing you this way, since the mist is getting through. You do see the like a little splatter of darkness off in the edge of your sight. The sound causing them to look in this direction. Okay, so since we were doing it simultaneously, Uther, you said, I'll save you for last. Funniest for last. You were opening
That's
this one.
good. That's a good
Yeah.
sign.
Okay. Upon opening this door, which does open, you see a small, it looks like a scribe's chamber. There are 3 seats and a large desk that, has all 3 seats at it. A bunch of books behind. There is a chalk marking on the ground, but it doesn't look like it is activated like the other circles you've seen. It doesn't look like it's been finished perfectly. So, being a runesmith, you understand that nature of magic. Like, you understand that it has to be right. The drawing has to be right. This one
Yeah.
looks like it's incomplete, and you don't know whether or not Rolling Rock, Nyx, or Bodhi would be able to complete it to create a safe space here. Other than that, there's nothing of note in this space.
Gotcha.
Last but not least, again, funniest. You
Yeah,
Only
open,
because nobody took the other door.
you open the door,
I'm sorry.
and inside you see just a smattering of papers all over the place. The main difference that you immediately eagle-eye catch is that none of the pages here have had their inks removed. The room is filled with mists, but the pages have not been taken of their, they have not been stripped of their magical inks. And as you kind of look in there for a second and kind of look to everyone else, and then hear the boom wave from Silas, you then also watch as all the papers start forming upwards, like almost they're moved by an unseen wind, up onto the desk in the center of the room, forming a humanoid-like figure that's made completely out of these pages. A helmet seemingly just foisted onto the top of it from somewhere in the pile of just riffraff, settles directly on top of it. And then
If it's
right-
taking this long to do, I just shut the door and walk away. Just nope.
bright green eyes man. Well, again, it's quicker than that, but it's like anime style. It's like a little bit of an FMV, like the Resident Evil.
Nah, I'm just gonna Scooby Doo the shit.
Yeah, so if I put Lincoln,
Nah.
Lincoln Park in the
So
background.
that's perfect. It goes whoosh, and it turns into the thing, and the eyes flare green. You're like, no thanks, and you shut the door. And that's where we'll end the session for tonight. Next session we'll probably start with it breaking the door open and fighting you.
I mean, it's made of paper. I got that wand of fireballs. Let's go.
See how it goes. Thanks for watching those that did, and we'll see you next
Bye,
Sunday.
Eleanor.